If you're here, I'm going to assume that you are a deeply curious woman, and this curiosity has led you down the path of inner inquiry. So, really questioning your patterns, why you are the way you are, and how do you show up as your best self. To be able to answer these questions, most of us go on a bit of a search and we start reading books, listening to podcasts, going to retreats. And sometimes in these looking for the answers, we're actually able to tap into what I call a peak experience. So, a peak experience is when we are in a state of flow. We are connected to our internal guidance system, our thoughts, words, actions, body, soul are in alignment, and it feels really good. So, what happens after the peak experience is what I'm really interested in, and it's why I created Inner Sanctuary. From my own lived experience, being a bit of a seeker myself, being in the retreat space a lot, and also being a space holder, a facilitator in yoga, breathwork, plant medicine ceremonies, I noticed that there was quite a big gap in supporting women after we're able to access these top of the mountain peak experiences and how to bring that wisdom that we're able to access down into our everyday lived experience. Wouldn't it be wonderful to tap into that sense of presence, patience, compassion while we're doing the dishes, while we're driving to the grocery store? Not only in everyday life, but also in the valley when life is uncertain, when we are uncomfortable, when we're grieving, when we're trying to process a transition and what comes next. And be able to bring that wisdom down into these moments, we need what I call an inner sanctuary. So, an inner sanctuary is basically developing a space of self trust where we know that we've got our back no matter what, that we are our own best friend, and that we will always show up with love and care and compassion towards ourselves. To be able to do this, there are some pretty basic things that need to happen, but just because they're basic doesn't mean they don't have a profound impact in the way that we experience life. So, number one is we have to create an internal state of safety. So, to feel safe in our body isn't something that we can think our way into. It's something that we actually need to feel. So, this is where the soma, the body, comes into play. A lot of this means that we need to slow it down. We've been so conditioned to rush through life and to get to the next thing, to achieve, to accomplish, that we forget to develop a relationship with our inner needs, to be able to reparent the parts of ourselves that are calling for attention. When we have this trust, we're actually building the capacity to meet life as it is. We're building our range, not only to experience uncomfortable moments, but uncomfortable emotions, to know that we can come back to our body, to this present moment, that we can take a deep breath, and that we're okay. This is naturally going to lead to a deeper sense of self-trust. So, self-trust means that we know that our yes means yes, our no means no, that we can state clear boundaries, that we're not going to override our needs just because something else is a little bit more comfortable. And when we do this, it naturally leads to us being able to express ourselves more authentically. The way we show up in the world really shifts. And so that the way that we are relating to ourself shifts, the way that we relate to our loved ones, to our projects, to our passions, really is not coming from a place of scarcity or trying to fill a hole. It's coming from a place of, I do this for the love of doing it. And if that interests you, I really believe that Inner Sanctuary could be a space that could support you. So, this is a 13-week program. It's a journey, really, that's designed for women. And it's very simple the way it's laid out. I really intentionally designed it so that it was easy to implement into your everyday life. So, even if you're busy, which most of us are, we've got a place that we can come home to. So we meet every single week for 90 minutes. A little bit of this time together is for me to give you information, to have some context, but 3/4 of our 90 minutes are spent practicing what we probably know that we need to do, but we haven't created the space for ourselves to do it because unfortunately we have put ourselves low on our priority list, especially in regards to inner work. So not only are we creating consistency, which is absolutely essential to building inner safety and inner trust, but we are creating that place to practice. So not only do we have these weekly meetings, but I am here to personally support you. And what I love to do is I create a unique practice that's short, that's easy to integrate into your life so that you can start to not only have this consistency on a weekly basis, but over time, this becomes a daily act of tending to your inner garden, to showing up for yourself, for taking a moment to pause and to build that inner relationship with yourself. Lastly, you are supported with a rich library of resources that you have access for life. I did this because I want you to feel supported long after the 13 weeks are over. And I want to invite you, if this feels interesting, if you're like, wow, this is really what I need, my next step to support myself, I'm craving this, to a conversation. This begins with a conversation, and I just want to get to know you. I want to know who you are. What are your desires? What are you longing for? What's difficult for you right now? And where would you like to see yourself in 3 months' time? So the next step for you is going to be to book a connection call where we'll have this conversation and we'll see if Inner Sanctuary is the right step for you. So I really look forward to talking to you soon. Until then.